YouTube, this is Derek Rougeau with Rougeau Knives, and in this video I am not going to talk about my knife making business. I am actually going to review a couple lightsabers from Ultra Sabers, and one is the Archon version 2 and the other one is the Overlord. So let's take a look at them. So when I was a kid growing up, Star Wars was on the brain, and we all wanted lightsabers. 20 years later, still wasn't impressed with the lightsabers on the market, so I kind of forgot about it. Recently I watched the Star Wars movies on Blu-ray and I ended up getting the saber bug again. I searched the web and found Ultra Sabers website. These were lightsabers worth having, in my opinion. Machined from a billet of aluminum, with an ultra bright LED and motion activated soundboard. All these are sabers you can actually duel with, which is pretty cool. What better way to have fun than get liquored up with your buddies and beat the crap out of each other? All kidding aside, I picked up these sabers for my entertainment room, and I have a small collection of movie props, so I wanted to add a couple lightsabers. But when it came to the colors, I had a dilemma on choosing a color. Do I go with, Jedi blue or Sith red? Well, life is all about balance between two opposing forces, so I went with both. Originally I was just going to get one saber, so now I have two. So as you can see, the fit and finish on these sabers are really nice. Done really well. I had ended up milling these holes in here. This is the Archon version 2. And I got it in blue, and like I said, I milled these out so I could get some more light out of the side of it. Just looks pretty cool. I also ended up getting the plugs because these are going to be sitting on my in my TV room, and I didn't want the blades on them. I just wanted to have them sit as if they were turned off, and then you can still pick them up and play with them. Of course, like I said, they're motion activated. They have the hum, the idle hum, and then the movement, and then there's several different sounds on there. I think there's like 10 or 12 of them. And then the Overlord is my Sith saber, and I got this one in red. Blazing red, and they have the slots on the side. That's nice. Once again, nice finish. Milled aluminum. You have anodized black on both, and then poured it on the end so that the sound will come through nicely. So, as far as the colors that are available, let's take a look. So when you go to their website, ultrasabers.com, you'll see here that they have all the different colors. They have a silver, fire orange, Sunrider's Destiny, which is kind of a turquoise, Guardian Blue, which is what this one is, Counselor Green, Blazing Red, which was this one, Violet Amethyst, which is a nice color, and then Arctic Blue. So those are the different colors you can get these in. You can also get them in RGB, so instead of having one button, you actually have three. They have an AV switch which illuminates, and then you can tie in the color of the LED with the switch, but I was trying to keep the price down, and I just couldn't justify getting those AV switches. You can also get a plug it's a plug that's attached to the side, and you can plug it in and charge the batteries directly without having to disassemble and pull the batteries out. But once again, is increasing the price to the point where I didn't want to pay that much. This one also has a blade plug. I like these. These are pretty cool because when I have them sitting on the countertops or in my TV room, you don't have the blade sticking out. With the blade sticking out and they're not turned on, they look kind of like toys, and I didn't want that effect, so they look better this way. but it's a simple thing to put the blades in. So both of these sabers have the Obsidian Soundboard in them, and you can, all the pummels come off, they're all vented so that the sound will come in nice and clear. And then here is the little speaker we have, and then this is the soundboard here with a USB plug. Now the batteries, they are ion lithium batteries, and they're really tough to get out of this thing. And I read on the forums that a good tool to use is a guitar pick, but you need one that's really stiff. And then you can slip it in here and pop these batteries out, so they come out nice and easy that way. Otherwise, you're digging your finger in, it's really hard to get out. Also, if you use a knife, you're going to wind up nicking the shell of this, and it might bleed inside of there, and that's going to create a problem. I got 2 chargers with them. So the chargers, they're spring loaded. They and then they'll go let you know if it's charging, and then when they're turned green, they're charged. So pretty straightforward. We'll get this battery back in there. There we go. So the Obsidian board, if you look here, it has a little USB plug, and that allows you to plug it into your computer. You have software you download, and then you can upload new sounds. And they call them sound fonts, and you think of them as sound sets, and it allows you to upload some pretty unique stuff on there. For instance, this one, the sounds I put on this one is well, I left it default. That's what this is. This is the default sound. Standard hum, and then your movement, and then your clash. So I'm good to go. And then there's like it varies depending upon the set that you install, but there's around 12 or 13 movement sounds, and then there's 12 or 13 clash sounds. You have one standard hum, and then you typically have one on sound and one off sound. And then there's the on sound. It also has a sustained clash, or a lockup. That's what they call it. So if you So if you tap the button, it locks up. So if you're dueling with someone and you want to simulate that your blades are touching, and it gives you that lockup sound. That's pretty cool. Anyways, I left this saber with the default sounds. They sound really good. The Overlord, I ended up doing the Black Star sound font. And it just has a nice deep growl to it. I mean, and this saber is a little longer, so it's a little, I want it more intimidating. And of course, red lockup sound. And it does sound different than the other one. And same with your clashes. They're all slightly different. One thing I noticed that I see people on YouTube, and they're sitting there and they're constantly smacking it, trying to get the clash to activate. And I kind of noticed that the board tends to want to play out the sound. So if you hit it once, see how long it played that sound out? Well, I want to finish playing that before it triggers another one, but sometimes you can interrupt it. Anyways, this is the Black Star sound font that I uploaded to it. And as far as the software, you can go onto ultrasabersforum.com and download the software. It's for PC only. It is the Obsidian launcher is the name of it, version 2.2.2. I had some issues installing it, and I went on the forums and looked around, and someone had mentioned, well, you know, if you run into this dialogue error, then just hit ignore. Well, so when I was installing it, I kept hitting all these errors. So I just ignored all of them. It installed, and then I plugged it in and tried working with it, and it worked fine. So, you know, if you're running into errors, try ignoring them first, get it installed, and then try uploading it. There is a process, a sequence you need to go through, so go onto the forum and look it up to be able to upload fonts to the Obsidian Soundboard. The PC I'm running is a Windows 7 with 64-bit operating system. So when you go on the website, they have all these different models, from inexpensive to medium, and then to getting pretty pricey. It's all based on, you know, how much work they put into the machining on these things. There's a feature on this called Flash on Clash, and right now the main LED is red, and then it has a clash color of orange on this. So whenever you smack it, it will flash and also trigger the sound. So let's see if I can get to do it. So you see it turns orange. The orange and red combination work well, but the difference is a little subtle, but it still looks really good. And then the Flash on Clash on this one is, the main LED is Guardian Blue, and then I chose silver. And this one, and you can adjust the sensitivity of impacts and all that stuff in the software if you wanted to. I really didn't mess with it that much, but this one, maybe I can adjust the sensitivity so it triggers the clash a little easier. So now I'll show you the blades that go into it, and then we'll look at the Flash on Clash with that. So to pull the plug out and put the blades in, it's pretty simple. You have a little Allen key. They sell these if you want to buy an Allen key, but I have a whole bag of them, and I figured, oh, I probably have one that fits, and of course I do. So you just loosen it up. The plug just falls out. This is the plug. I found that the easiest way to get these, you can, you know, just run it flush against your hand and then tighten it, or you can just set it down like that and then just tighten it down. That's another little trick I found. And then the blades, this is a standard. They have let's see here, they have, well, basically 4 blade types. This is a standard blade. It is clear polycarbonate blade, and then inside they have this foil that they wrapped in there, and it looks like they're starting to glue it in place. I saw one review where someone was saying that the foil ended up bunching up. It wasn't glued in, and it got pushed down as they swung it and dueled with it, and it bunched up, and the color didn't look right. But as I check it now, I see that it looks like they glued it in place, which is smart. So just slide in there. I like these blades because they have this metallic look, so if you're going to keep a blade in it, it looks nice when it's turned off. This is the, like I said, the standard mid-grade blade. Let's tighten this down, and I wouldn't over tighten it, just snug it down. There you go. Okay. And then they also offer the standard heavy grade blade, which is the inner wall of the blade is actually thicker. And then they have these ultra edges, which is white polycarbonate blades. And then once again they have this foil inside. I see that they glued this one too. And in this one, I didn't go heavy on this one either. I don't plan on doing a whole bunch of dueling with these things. They're more just kind of like movie props. Helps pull the plug out. But anyways, I decided to go with 2 different blade types to check the color and see what they look like. As I said, I like the metallic look of this blade, but the white just gives it a little, when the blade's off, it just gives it a little toyish look, but your personal preference. Also, you want to push these in all the way, otherwise the little housing for the LED will break loose and start rattling around in there. Alright, so this is the Ultra Edge. Glows really nicely. It's hard to tell in the camera, but the light is very even all the way up to the top. And then for some reason the tip glows really well too. I'm not really sure why that is. And then the clash on this. So there's my Sith saber. And then the Jedi saber here. In this one, the standard blades, you probably can't see it very well, but the light only travels to the inner chamber of the tube. So there's a thin halo or an edge of clear plastic that you can see through. And then also on these, the tips don't quite light up as well as the Ultra Edge blades do. But these look really good. They recommend certain colors for certain types of blades. So if you're doing an Ultra Edge, there's certain colors that they don't recommend. I mean, they look okay, but they're just saying, well, these colors look great, these colors don't look as good. And then the clash on this. So, there you have it. Now these blades come in different grades, as I said. You have the mid-grade, and then you have the heavy grade. And then you can also get them in different sizes. So there's a 16-inch, 24-inch, 36-inch, and a 40-inch. When you go onto their site, you can go in and pick your hilt, and then you can just start customizing it. You know, that you want the AV button and all this other stuff, and of course the price starts going up. I'm not going to tell you how much they are, because over time the prices may change. So just go to their website. You know, they're not $1,000 lightsabers. There's some lightsabers out there that are really expensive. These are definitely more affordable. They're durable, and you can definitely duel with them. And if you break a blade, just buy a new one. I will say that the blades right now, 2013, they're running about 30 bucks for a blade. Now I've also created a second video using these lightsabers to create some cool photography effects. I then shot video of them and imported them into Adobe After Effects and put it to music and did some special effects. So look for that video on my YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching, and happy sabering.